Okay, so what is a cooperative? A cooperative is really home ownership simplified. Members have the benefits of accruing equity within their home as an owner within the building, but they don't have any of the responsibilities of maintenance and repair within their home. Members live in a beautiful, well-designed, brand new, warranted home within the building. They have fixtures and appliances that they've customized to really fit their lifestyle. And they're part of a larger community of fellow owners that participate in the governance of the building.
Cooperatives are run on your behalf by a member board of directors, which is fantastic because members will be able to exercise their preference for particular board members, and they know that that way their voices are heard by electing that board of directors.
So how do cooperatives differ from other forms of home ownership such as a condo or even senior rentals? Co-ops are a very, very unique form of home ownership. And if you've been on the hunt for one, you might be a little frustrated. Most times they don't sell on the MLS or with a real estate agent or broker. They sell to a wait list within the building. So they might be an entirely new concept for you as someone who's looking to explore more about what a co-op is. Sometimes it's helpful to think about how we differentiate a cooperative from other forms. So it's different than a condo. It may look similar from the exterior, but what's different in the condo is in a condo you own within the four walls of your home plan. So you're responsible for the upkeep of the flooring. The refrigerator goes out, you have to call the Maytag guy. If you have a plumbing issue, that's your responsibility to fix and repair. And then if there's any exterior issues with the building, you're likely to have an assessment to help pay for those. In a co-op, it's completely different. In a co-op, the entire building is owned by a nonprofit corporation called the American Cooperative, of which you're an equal owner of that corporation as an owner. And within that corporation, all of the members elect a board, and that board makes decisions on behalf of the co-op. But the really key critical piece that you might not know is within a co-op, everything is owned by the building. And so your responsibility for maintaining and repairing the fixtures, the appliances, the flooring, the lighting, that is all the responsibility of the cooperative. It's not your responsibility as an owner. So if you have an issue with your heating and cooling system, you call the maintenance person and they come up and take care of that. So you have all of the benefits of home ownership with really none of the responsibilities that come along with it. It's very, very unique.
If you or one person in your household is 62, you are eligible to live in a cooperative. The way that I describe it to people is that there are two financial components to cooperative living. The first is the share payment, and that is your equity required to purchase your unit and to become a member. That is a one-time fee, and you pay that prior to moving in. And then the second component is a monthly fee. So the monthly fee includes all of the expenses related to home ownership, all in one amount, and it includes your share of the cooperative's master mortgage, principal and interest, real estate taxes, property insurance, professional management, along with maintenance, utilities for the common areas, as well as lawn and snow care and removal. Plus, it also includes all of the utilities within your home except for electric. So that means it includes gas, which is your heat, cable, Wi-Fi, water and sewer, and trash and recycling. It's a very comprehensive amount that you only write one check for.
One of the interesting things that, again, differentiates cooperatives from other forms of home ownership is the monthly fee includes reserves. And the reserves are a very, very prudent part of cooperative living. The idea is that from the outset of the building, we plan for things to break, because things break. And we want to have money set aside that's growing in an account for the cooperative to use to replace items like refrigerators, flooring, windows, siding, all things that wear and tear over time. And so to make sure that you never have an assessment in a cooperative, it's important to have those reserves built up front. It's very important to note that there are no assessments in cooperatives. So does a member's share appreciate over time? So that share, which is your initial purchase price of your home plan, does appreciate over time. And I can tell you exactly what your share price is going to be when you move out, because your share appreciates at a fixed amount of 4.5% annually compounded. And so if we were to look at a graph and say, I plan on living there for 5 years, we know exactly what your sale price will be when you move out. So we take the initial purchase price, we multiply it by the number of years and the annual compounded appreciation, and we can get down to the day of what your home value will be when you go to sell. You do sell to a wait list, so the cooperative will maintain a lengthy wait list. And if you're familiar with cooperatives and you've done your homework, you've probably called around to some different cooperatives. Maybe you're already on the wait list of several. You realize that sometimes there's hundreds of people on those wait lists. And all of those folks are very familiar with the pricing for the building. They're basically standing in line waiting for you to say, you know what, I'm ready to move. And so when you are ready to move, you'll call the manager's office. The manager will contact the wait list on your behalf. They'll locate a buyer. There's no haggling over the price because the price is set based upon what you paid when you moved in and how long you've lived there. And the only really thing to discuss is when you plan on moving. And so there's a one-time charge of $750. That's administrative costs to transfer your share, and the sale takes place. So it's very, very easy to get into, and it's meant to be very, very easy to leave when you decide that it's time.
The fixed appreciation is a really important point about cooperatives because, you're still putting your hard-earned money to work and realizing that equity appreciation of your share, but you're not riding the wave, the highs and the lows of the real estate market like you would be in a single-family home or in a condo or in a townhome. And I think that is one of the aspects that we hear from a lot of members, that they really appreciate and can rely upon that equity increase, and that it is a fixed amount.
So what are the tax benefits of living in a cooperative? They're the same as you would have living in your single-family home. If you itemize your taxes, you can deduct your real estate taxes and the interest that you pay on the master mortgage, your portion of the master mortgage. It's really not that different from the same benefits you would have living in your single-family home. It should be very familiar to you as you transition from your single-family home to the cooperative.
And it can transfer in accordance with your estate plan too, just like your single-family home would. If you know your costs are low right now, say you've paid off your mortgage, and you have a lot of equity in your current home, when it's time to make a change to your next home ownership option, and you know that you want to own your next home, statistics tell us you're not going to take all the equity that you've got built up in your home and buy a brand new $700,000-$800,000 townhome or condominium. You're likely going to put a large chunk down and then take out some type of a mortgage for the difference. And that's essentially the same thing as what you're doing here between the share payment and the monthly fee.
It's very comparable to living in a single-family home. And one of the things we like to walk through with folks at our informational meetings is to really think about all of the different costs you have living in your single-family home. Me as a homeowner, I have ice dams every year. I have snow removal. I have lawn service, roof issues. You have all of your semi-reoccurring costs that happen each year, and you might not be thinking about those as the cost of living in your home, but they really are. And when you factor in additional items like utilities and heating and cooling your home, occasional painting, different items that you do that are all included in the monthly fee in the cooperative, pretty soon you start to get a very, very comparable cost of, if I were to downsize into a single family home that was a little bit smaller than the one I'm living in now, because maybe I don't need so much space, I'm probably still going to have a mortgage. I'm still going to have all of these expenses each month. I'm still going to have, ice removal off my roof and leaves that need to be raked and all the time associated with that, with coordinating different services. Or I can live in a brand new building that's fully warranted, has elevators. I live on a single level, and within that building are my new friends and neighbors and a community of like-minded fellow owners. And so we think it's a really great value proposition what we're bringing here to the table. And when you really compare it side by side with the other alternatives of downsizing, we think we're a really, really great value. So about 6 months after the building opens, we will hold our first member meeting. And at that meeting, we will give you our report as the developers and the initial board, explaining essentially how we got to where we're at. And then you folks, as owners within the building, will elect a 5-member board, and they serve for staggered terms. There's 2 for 2 years, 2 for 3 years, and 1 for 1 year. And those board members will go on to make decisions on behalf of the cooperative. And don't forget, if being on the board is not something that you're interested in, but you do have a unique skill set, such as accounting or marketing, and you want to participate, you want to lend those skills that you've honed over the years working, you can participate in different committees within the building that help manage the finances or the marketing of the building itself. And if you want to step down one level of commitment, you can also just join clubs. So there's different clubs that form within the building organically by the members. Those are, the gardening club, or different clubs that are just fun to participate in, very casual. So there's different levels of participation and governance within the co-op, and you get to choose what that looks like for you.
Yesterday I was walking down the hall here at our Lake Phalen Co-op, and a member said, "Oh, you're playing Mahjong. I want to learn how to play Mahjong." And the 2 ladies started a Mahjong club. It was really fun. And by the end of the week, there were 3 or 4 people playing, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
So do you have to participate in the board or a committee within the cooperative? No, you absolutely don't. It's encouraged for members to participate, but if that's just not for you, that's not something that you either have time for or an interest in, that's okay. There are other members who are interested in doing that. You can participate in your own way, or maybe just be a good neighbor within the building. That's fine too.
So whether you're in the largest home plan or maybe the smallest home plan, it is 1 share and 1 vote. So everyone living in one home plan must decide together who they're going to vote for, because it is 1 vote per home plan.
Are pets allowed? Yes, you can have 2 dogs or 2 cats or a combination thereof. They do need to be 62 years old to live in the building.
But yes, we are pet friendly, and people love to bring their pets with them, and they select home plans that have lovely walkouts, so they can walk straight from their kitchen right outside with their dog. Yeah, they enjoy. There's lots of members walking around with their pets, so it's very fun.
So in a single-family home, you're responsible for everything. As we know as homeowners, if you have an issue with the roof, you're responsible for locating a roofing contractor, getting bids, pricing that out, and coordinating time and schedule for that. In a cooperative, the responsibility is with the professional management company to obtain bids and spend all of the time and legwork that it takes as a homeowner to get that work done. So if your refrigerator goes out or you have a plumbing issue, the cooperative maintenance team is responsible for repairing that. And it doesn't matter if you're here or if you're down in Florida, they will get that issue taken care of for you and let you know when it's done. So it's really home ownership simplified is the best way of putting it. It's all the benefits of home ownership with none of the rigmarole and running around that you have to do as a single family homeowner.
Yeah, we also know the life expectancy of every single material and appliance that goes into the building. And so that life expectancy dovetails to the replacement reserves. So replacement reserves will cover repair and replacement of things as they age and sort of expire in their useful life. And there's a plan in place, and the replacement reserves are based on the life expectancy of all of those pieces of equipment and materials. So it can be, the common area furniture and finishes, but it can also be your heating and cooling system within your unit, or appliances or plumbing fixtures. All of those things are on a schedule and will be replaced, and it is the responsibility of the cooperative to manage that process and keep funds set aside to pay for those replacements. You may be wondering if you can customize your home plan, and the answer is yes, definitely. We will have multiple beautiful finish packages where maybe the stain of the cabinet and the flooring is a little bit different in one. You could choose a lighter stain cabinetry, you could choose a darker stain cabinetry, and all the finishes will accommodate that selection, and they are stunning. So all of our finishes are what we call owner grade finishes, which means that your cabinetry is solid wood construction, soft closed doors and drawers, dovetail joints, beautiful flooring that matches the cabinetry along with wall paint color. But in addition to the standard finishes, you can customize. You could change a laundry door to a pocket door. You could add additional lighting in your living room. You could add additional electrical, maybe in the office if you're still working, or if you want to use that space as a creative art space and you need more electrical. We have a lot of options. There's hundreds of options, and we look forward to designing your dream home with you.
One of the things you need to keep in mind, customization is only available for a limited time. So at some point, as the building is going up, we need to say, nope, we can't customize anymore. So if this is of interest to you, please attend one of our informational sessions and take the opportunity to talk with Kathleen. She's our construction and design expert, and she can walk you through examples of pricing and what folks have done in the past that really made homes special for our buyers. And so we look forward to talking with you about that and having you get excited about your new dream home.